It appears that you have to be in one or two camps, as they say. Are you with the dueling Sussexes, or are you still with the British royal family? So which side are Fergie's children on, Eugenie and Beatrice? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Hope you're keeping well, and thanks as ever for joining me today. Now, for everybody watching in America, I have a treat for you because we are in Parliament Square, and of course we're right next to a former president of the United States, Abe Lincoln, a splendid statue which I go past every single day. And I've got a confession to make. I didn't realise that this statue actually had its own chair. It's a marvellous piece of work, and as ever, if you get an opportunity, do come past and say hello to the former president of the United States. But as ever, back to your royal story. Now, of course, with the Sussexes and the British royal family, things have gone from bad to worse. But it's been rather difficult for certain members of the British royal family, simply because, of course, they've had to make decisions about which sides they take. And it's interesting to note how it's been split, because as we've told you over the last few days, there are certain members of the royals who are really nervous about what's going to come out in Harry's book, particularly people like Camilla and His Royal Highness Prince Charles. And rightly so, of course, you know, he's a bit of a free spirit now who could say anything. But more importantly, the bigger problem has been for those that have been very friendly with Harry over the years. And two people who were very close to Prince Harry, who seemingly now have had to, well, move away from, are none other than the daughters of His Royal Highness, the Duke of York and Duchess Sarah. Now, they're both wonderful people, and I have to tell you, the daughters are, well, impeccable when they're out. They have supreme manners, very caring, and really engaging with the people that come up to meet them. And more importantly, of course, they earn their own living independently, for whatever you may read. But the problem that they've had is, of course, as you know, they've also taken hold now of Frogmore Cottage and moved in, and they're very close to Her Majesty the Queen. Now, you may have read a report recently that says that basically Eugenie and Beatrice have decided that they're sticking with the friendship of Harry and Meghan. Well, we can tell you first here on the show, that's simply not true. What is true, though, is Eugenie and Beatrice have an incredible bond with Her Majesty the Queen, and they love going to see her, which they do every single week. And of course, they like to take all the advice and wise advice that Her Majesty can give them. So whatever reports you've read about that basically the two girls do feel sorry for Harry, let me tell you this. Yes, they do, and they do kind of wonder exactly what's led him down this particular path. They don't want to fall out with either. They're very neutral as people. They like to get on with people, but the problem is in this situation, you either have to be in with one or out with the other. But what we can tell you first here on the show is Eugenie and Beatrice are definitely in, very much in, with Her Majesty the Queen. That's bound to be even more bad news for Meghan Markle and, of course, the former prince known as Harry. Neil Sean in the heart of London.